Hello everyone, welcome to Total Body 45. My name is Jackie, I'm going to be your instructor today. So like I mentioned, we are in for a 45-minute class. We're going to have a warm-up to start. We're going to do 3 circuits today. Each circuit's going to have a, we might not do cardio in every circuit, so that would be a lie. We are going to have 3 circuits that have 3 exercises in them. We're going to be working for 40 seconds, rest for 15. Each circuit we'll do 3 times, and then we'll end class today with a cool down. All right, so today for class to be successful or most successful, if you have a mat or a towel, that is ideal. If you have a light set of weights, that is ideal. Now, if you don't have weights, don't worry, you can still be successful in class today. If you have some light household items, so that could be soup cans, it could be 2 hardcover books, it could be anything. I've used chicken broth containers before, anything you have around the house. You can grab that, just 2 of them, and then like I said, your mat. Otherwise, you don't need anything. If you don't have any weights at all, don't worry, you're gonna be successful regardless. We are gonna get started with a warm-up. We have 5 warm-up exercises today. Each one is gonna be 30 seconds. We'll go through them 2 times. The first time is gonna be low impact, slow, just getting moving. The second time is gonna be a little bit higher intensity. So that being said, I'm going to start our timer here. You're going to see a timer at the top of your screen. That's just to tell you where we are in class today. My timer is going to indicate our intervals, so you can use that to keep you in check if you want. Otherwise, let's just get started. We're going to start just side tapping right here, and we're going to bring some arm circles into the picture. So, circling your arms forward, nice little circles here. We can make those circles a little bit bigger. When you're ready, let's take those circles backwards. Little circles backwards to start. And start to make those circles bigger. Our next move is going to be high knees, but we're going to take these slow to start. So when you're ready, we're just going to grab the leg at the shin, hold for just a moment, and then switch. And if this movement is not very accessible to you, maybe you can't grab your shin like this, don't worry. March in place. Right here, slow motion high knees. Do what works for you. We've got about 10 seconds. Our next move after this is going to be glute kicks, just like these high knees. We're doing slow motion the first time around, okay? When you're ready, grabbing the shoelace, pulling on that shoelace, drive the knee down, stretch that hip flexor, and then switch. Good, holding for just a moment. And again, maybe grabbing that shoelace is not super accessible for you. Right here, yeah? If we wanna add a little more here, if we're doing this slow motion glute kick, we can reach our arms overhead. I'll try my very best to provide us options today. When you're ready, we've got a body weight squat. So feet are hip distance apart, toes pointed forward. We're gonna sit back into the heels and lift. If the feet are a little wider than hip distance, that's okay. If the feet are a little out to an angle, that's okay. Biggest things, we're putting that weight in our heels, dropping that lower body down, hinging at the hips, keeping our chest lifted. We've got 5 seconds right here. Our last movement is going to be a practice move for something we're going to see later in our workout. It's called a deadlift row combination move. So I'm going to face the side, feet are hip distance apart. We're going to keep our knees slightly bent and bend at the hips. Nice flat back, no weights in hand. I'm going to row, bring my arms together, stand up. So that's all this motion is. We're warming our back up here by squeezing those shoulder blades. We're warming our posterior chain up, working those hamstrings, working those glutes, working that lower back. 2 seconds. And we're moving back to the beginning. So 5 exercises, we get to restart. So arm circles forward. Maybe we speed them up a little bit this time. Warming those shoulders up here. Whew. Hopefully our heart rate's getting up just a little bit. We can feel our body warming up. Backwards arm circles if you haven't already switched. And we're taking some deep breaths here. So throughout class, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Beautiful job, high knees here. So here's your option to take it up a notch. Now that we're a little bit warmer, higher impact, we're driving those knees up. Option to have the hands out in front of you. Drive those knees to your hands. And if that's not for you, you're back here. Maybe you need that little extra time to warm up. Maybe jumping's not your thing. Totally understand. 3, 2, glute kicks. High impact option right here. Kind of like a jog in place, but we're kicking that heel all the way to our glute. Trying to stay light on our toes. You're doing awesome. Always have that option. Arms overhead. 10 seconds right here. Remember, option to bring it low impact. Do what works for you today. We're just warming the body up. Body weight squats in 3, 2, and 1. Sitting back in those heels. Good. Today we're going to see a sumo squat. So this is kind of our practice for that. Not quite the same exercise, but they're close. Remember our last movement, 10 seconds from now, our deadlift row. And that's how we will end our warm-up today. So getting ready, 3, 2, and 1. We bend over at the hips, knees are slightly bent. Give me that one row and come right back up. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Option to add a triple row. 2 and 3, and then we come back up. You'll see that exercise in our workout today. If by any chance you were in interval training yesterday with me, that will be a familiar move. 5 seconds on the clock here. 3, 2, and 1. Take that breather, grab some water. We got through our warm-up today. I will be grabbing water as well throughout class. If you don't have water near you, grab it now. Cup of water, a bottle of water. We're gonna be breaking a sweat, so hydration is important. All right, circuit number 1. While you're breathing, while you're resting, I encourage you to keep moving. So you'll see I do a step touch a lot. You can do whatever you want. You can jog in place. Just keep moving, okay? So first circuit, we're gonna have a cardio move to start us off. So we won't have cardio throughout the whole class, but a few times you'll see a cardio move. A lot of this is gonna be strength and resistance based, okay? Squat jack. So you're gonna touch the floor, squat down like we just did, but this time we're gonna bring our chest towards the ground. I touch the ground, almost like a football player, jump together. Same thing, switch arms, okay? That's our first movement. We'll get through the next 2 once we finish this round. I'm gonna switch our timer on my phone because we need different interval times. So grab that water, prepare for move 1. We have 40 seconds on, 15-second break. All right, we are moving in 10 seconds. Getting ready. Remember, squat jacks. That's what we're gonna call them. In 3, 2, and 1. Touching the ground, jumping in between. So, my chest is closer to facing the ground, but I'm trying to keep it lifted, okay? It's better for our bodies if we're not bringing our head down and up, down and up. So if we can keep that chest lifted as we touch the ground, that is great. Like I mentioned, jumping is not for everyone. So as you're doing this, if you're like, no thank you, Jackie, no jumping for me today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna touch the ground, step together, out and touch. Or maybe we don't step together at all, we just touch, touch. Yeah? We got 5 seconds wherever you're at. 3, 2, and 1. This next move is a pulse lunge. So we are going to be doing a lunge back, pulse 3 times. So I'm going to step backwards, lunge down. 1, 2, 3, step together. Second leg comes back. 3 pulses and together. When you're ready, get started. We've got 40 seconds. Alternating legs every rep. We pulse 3, 2, and 1. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Nice 90 degrees in both knees here. When I come up, I'm driving through that front knee, okay? Body stays lifted the whole time. Check yourself. Make sure that chest isn't coming towards the ground. We want it nice and lifted, okay? Guess what? You got 10 seconds right here. Give me a few more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Our next one, last exercise, downward dog push-up. Whew. This one's a doozy, but you're gonna get it. So, downward dog, embrace our inner yogi. We're right here. Push up now. We're gonna use our shoulders. We're gonna bend at the elbows, drive back up. So keep a bend in those knees, bend at the elbows, drive up. Join me when you're here. And if this is not for you, this is a body weight exercise. So depending on strength, depending on body weight, that's going to depend on how deep we go into the shoulder press. So maybe we keep a micro bend just down and up. Guess what? You're still working your shoulders, whether you're doing that or whether you're touching your head to the ground. Everyone can be successful. And if we need that break, just hold that downward dog for a moment. Timing wise, we got 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. You finished the first circuit, but remember what I said, 3 times through. So that was round 1. We've got 2 more rounds to go. We are gonna take a quick break, grab water, and then we're gonna get right back into it. About 20 seconds right here. Remember, while we're breaking, find some movement. Walk in place, walk around your room, jog in place. All right, 10 seconds to start. First move, do you remember it? Squat jacks. Get ready. 3, 2, and 1. We touch the ground, jump together. Light on our feet, chest stays proud if we can keep it there. An option to take the jump out, down and up. Maybe clap at the top. Up to you. You're doing great. Keep breathing here. We've got 15 seconds left. All right, you're almost there. You have 3, 2, and 1. Break. Reverse lunge, 3 pulses here, okay? So we step that leg back, pulse 3, 2, 1, step back together, okay? Getting ready, 5 seconds. Keep moving. 3, 2, let's go. 1, 2, 3, drive it up. Watch that front knee here. So if you notice your knee is caving in or bowing out, we want to make sure we use those abductors or adductors, those outer and inner thighs, to control those muscles, control that knee, keeping our joints in alignment. Chest is tall. Inhale down, exhale, press up. You got 10 seconds right here. Remember that next move, the last one of the circuit, downward dog push-ups. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Getting ready. I don't think these are anyone's favorite, but they're good for you. And if you don't have weights to do a shoulder press, this is how we do it. All right, downward dog. 3, 2, and 1. Down and up. Best you can, try to keep that spinal integrity. So instead of rounding our back or arching it to get us lower or get us where we want to be, keep that back in neutral alignment. Bending the knees can help here. And remember, does not matter how much you are bending those shoulders. If we can only bend a little bit, that's okay. You're gonna feel those shoulders work. You have 10 seconds right here. In 3, 2, and 1. Very nice job. Grab a water break. You're 2 rounds into the first circuit. You have 1 more to go. Crushing it. 3 new exercises coming up after this round. So that means you have 1 more chance to burn out some of these muscle groups to make this set your best set. We're gonna get started in 10 seconds. Squat jacks to start. Get ready for it. We're moving in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Keep breathing. Remember with all of these exercises that quality is better than quantity. So it doesn't matter to me, it shouldn't matter to you if you are powering out those movements if you're not doing the form right. So every time we squat out, we're sitting back in the heels, feeling those legs work, and then using them for that explosive jump together, okay? So quality over quantity. You can do this. 7 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. 3 pulse lunge. Get ready. Alternating reverse lunges. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, 3, 2, here we go. Reverse lunge, pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Pulse back. 3, 2, and 1. Those pulses, we should feel those legs having to work. Good. Keep breathing here. Driving through that front heel. You got this. Lunges are one of my least favorite exercises. So if you take my classes, you'll notice I usually put them at the beginning because I hate them and I want to get them over with. So if you're like me, this is the last time we're going to see lunges. 3, 2, and 1. Downward dog push-ups. Another exercise that's good for you, but I'm not super fond of it. So we're getting it out of the way right here, right now. 3, 2, and 1 when you're ready. Down and up. So think about a shoulder press. When we're in a shoulder press, we're pushing weights over our head. And that's what we're simulating with these with these downward dog push-ups. So think about that and try to mimic that motion. If you had weights in your hand and you're pushing them up, that's what that should feel like. Remember, you can keep that bend in the knees, especially if you have tight hamstrings or a tight lower back. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Nailed it. First circuit done. Grab some water, pat yourself on the back. You did it. We've got 2 more to go. All right. This next one, remember that deadlift triple row we did in the beginning? We're gonna see it again. So you're gonna need those dumbbells for the first exercise. You're gonna need your mat for the second 2. So if you have weights, if you have dumbbells, awesome. If you don't, you're gonna simulate this with nothing in your hands, and that's gonna be great too. So deadlift, we bend down, back's flat. I'm gonna row 3, 2, and 1. After that last one, I stand up, squeeze the glutes at the top, okay? Get ready for it. We're starting in 10. Make sure that back is nice and flat in that down position. That's huge. Helps us squeeze those shoulder blades together. When you're ready, get started. 3, 2, and 1. Then we stand it up, squeeze the glutes. 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, squeeze the glutes. So in that deadlift, we're working our hamstrings, we're working our lower back, we're working our glutes. So think about those being the muscle groups that help us to get back up. Squeezing the glutes at the top. 10 seconds right here. Head stays in neutral alignment with the spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Our next exercise is a tricep push-up. I'm using the word push-up a lot. We're not doing a lot of push-ups. So we have 40 seconds on one side, 40 seconds on the other. We're gonna be laying on our side here. This bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight. I place my hand right in front of me, right below my chest, press up, come down. We are beginning right here. So how is our tricep involved in this? If we think about it, our tricep, this muscle right here, is the one that we are using, muscle group that's having to work to push us up and bring us down. Now, if you're like, I could do this all day, this isn't that difficult, Jackie, what I want you to do is I want you to push up, slow down. 3, 2, and 1. I bet you that your tricep has to work a little bit harder now. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna switch. So if you are able to switch sides, or you can just roll over, you don't have to look at me for a moment. And we're gonna do the other side. So preparing over here, remember bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight. My top arm is in front of me. My bottom arm is straight in front. We're gonna press up and down when you're ready. So how we work that tricep, at the top, we should feel that squeeze right here. And then remember, slowly lower for that extra challenge. Steady breathing this whole time through. This bottom arm right here that's straight out is really just for guidance. So don't let it do a bunch of the work for you. This arm, this tricep should be doing the work. You have 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. This circuit is over. You can grab water, take a drink, catch your breath, and then we will get started with round 2. Going back to our deadlift triple row. Now, a couple options this second time through with the deadlift. If you want, maybe you've worked your back a lot recently. You're like, my back is super sore. I don't want to work it. I'd rather work my hamstrings. What we can do is we can either just keep this at a deadlift, or instead of a triple row, we do a single row. Okay, that way you're going to get a few more deadlifts in. If you have a heavier weight near you and you want to grab that for your deadlift, you can. Lots of options. 3, 2, let's get started. Round 2, circuit 2. Once we're done with this whole circuit, you're officially about halfway there. Making sure we're breathing. So good rule of thumb with resistance training is we exhale on what we perceive as the hard part or the concentric motion. So with this, I would be exhaling as I row up, and I would be exhaling as I stand up. So inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. 3, 2, and 1. Getting ready for those tricep push-ups on our side, laying down. A couple alternatives for tricep exercises would be tricep dips. You can do tricep overhead extensions. So if you're looking to do the same exercise, but maybe this one's not for you, or same muscle group, but this exercise is not for you, then those are 2 good alternatives. I don't know about you though, I can feel my triceps already on round 2. I can't imagine what they'll feel like on round 3. Breathing steady. This one's not going to leave us out of breath, but it should leave our triceps feeling like they're doing some work. About 5 seconds right here. 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides here, either rolling over or swinging your legs around. We got this. Last round, or last set of this circuit. 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Up and down. I'll tell you in round 3, or circuit 3, we are going to have a cardio move, we're going to have a lower body move, and we're going to have an abdominal move. So that's what you have to look forward to. But don't get too excited yet. This is only round 2 of circuit 2. Good, we're over halfway here. Remember, using that muscle control. So not letting both arms just push you right up. We want to think, what are we trying to get out of this? I'm trying to work my tricep. So my tricep should be doing the majority of the work. 3, 2, and 1. Take that breather. Grab some water if you need it, or stand on up. We're getting ready for round 3. All right, so deadlift, triple row. Remember, you have the option to take the row out if you want. Honestly, you have the option to take the deadlift out if you want. Or we can do singles, but I'm going to take us this time through that triple row just like we started. So grabbing a weight if you want. This time I'm going to do it without a weight, just in case there's some of you out there with no weight. You can see how this can still be done successfully. So bringing ourselves down when you're ready, triple row. Now, if you're using something that's a lightweight and you're thinking, Jackie, this isn't a lot of work, I could do these rows all day. What I want you to do is think about holding that squeeze at the top, slowly, slowly, slowly releasing before you stand up. So every row, big squeeze and then slow release. It's amazing what your body can do with no weight. Good, we've got about 5 seconds right here. 3, 2, and 1. Back on the ground, tricep time. Getting ready for those tricep push-ups. Starting on the side that you first were on. Bottom leg bent, top leg is straight. When you're ready, get started. 40 seconds each side. Whew, those triceps are feeling it. Trying to keep that elbow at 90 degrees. So look at where your hand is placed. If it's placed out here, that's gonna look a little different for you. If it's over here or way over here, still not the same exercise. So bringing it right about underneath your chest where like that sternum part is, and then using that to lift 90 degrees in that elbow. Straighten, and then slowly bring yourself back down. You've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Switch. Preparing last round of this circuit, last set. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. After this set, we'll reset, grab water, and I'll show you what's coming up next for that last circuit. Good. You are over halfway. Almost there, team. 10 seconds left. Keep breathing. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that breather again. Pat yourself on the back. You got through another circuit. We've got one more to go. So grabbing water, remember that rule. Step, touch, keep moving the whole time. If you need that extra boost, you can jog in place. You can do jumping jacks. Make sure you do give your body that rest though. Rest that it needs. So this next exercise, we can hold weights. We don't have to hold weights. If you have weights of any sort, make sure they're light. What we're gonna do is some cross body punches. So facing forward, you're gonna have your hands in guard like you're gonna hit somebody, you're ready to box, and we're gonna punch up to the diagonal, up, and then down, down. So we're twisting at the torso, using those shoulders, power punches. So I don't wanna see this, I wanna see big hits, okay? 40 seconds, moving. I'm gonna show you as we start what this will look like with weight in your hand. It's gonna be a little more challenging, okay? 3, 2, and 1. If you have a weight in your hand, movement's a little slower, but we still have some power there, okay? And we're breathing through the whole thing. Now, if we want to even get our heart rate up higher, we can add a little boxer shuffle to this. So we're up, up, down, down. Totally up to you. And this might not feel like a lot, but you will be surprised if you are hitting with power how much muscle engagement it takes to do a movement like this. We're working all through our lats, all through our delts to make that happen. Take your break here. Sumo squats are next. No weight, or you could have a weight in your hand, but we're gonna be wider than hip distance apart, just a little bit. Toes are pointed to the angles. We're gonna sit our hips down, bodies up tall, down, press up through the heels. Join me when you're ready. We're getting started. So we practice squats in our warm-up, similar movement, but this time we're using a little bit different muscle groups. So we're engaging those inner thighs this time. Depending on your depth, you might even engage the glutes a little more, but I encourage you not to go any lower than what your mobility and flexibility allows you to do. So if we get lower than that 90 degrees at the knees, we can engage our glutes a little bit more, engage our hamstrings a little bit more. But if that's not in your ability level, do not do that. You don't want to pull a muscle today. We're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Last exercise, atomic crunch. So we're on the ground, on our backs, hand or not. We are gonna reach out to the sides. From here, when you're ready, join me. We're gonna bring our arms and our knees together. Right here is our crunch. We extend out, keeping lifted. option, take this down a notch, we can drop the legs, drop the hands in between sets. That's completely fine. What I care about is that we're getting that solid crunch each time we come up. Shoulders are lifting. If we want to make this a little more difficult, we can sit up all the way. So now I'm in this little kind of V sit and then lower back down. So you choose what's right for you. This is our only really, I would say like solely abdominal exercise for today. 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna see that 2 more times. So we've got time to practice, lots of time for options. Grab water, 2 more sets in this workout, and then we're on to cool down. You are crushing it. So take that breather, step touch. Remember our 3 exercises: cross body punches, sumo squats, and atomic crunches, okay? Weights are optional for all 3 of those. So if you have weight and you want to hold it, grab it. If you are not into the weight, leave it, or maybe you don't have anything, leave it. Still gonna get a great workout. All right, 10 seconds until we start cross body punches. So if you got no weight, I want to see some power coming out of those arms. Here we go. Up, up, down, down. Our torso has to have a lot of control as we're doing this. So I'm not just letting it get out of control, I'm using those abdominal muscles as I twist. Our goal is to get the best bang for our buck here in these 45 minutes. So if we can get an arm workout, a cardio workout, and a core workout in one exercise, that's what I call getting a bang for your buck. You got 10 seconds right here. Remember, if we have those weights, we're moving a little bit slower. Don't want to throw a weight out of your hand with these. 3, 2, and 1. Sumo squats. I'm going to show you what this looks like with a weight this time. If you want 1 dumbbell or 2 or whatever you have in your hands, you can grab it, hold it just like this. Widen that stance. We're moving in 3, 2, and 1. Coming down and up. Remember that rule of thumb with breathing. This time we're inhaling down, exhaling up. That exhale might be considered like the hard part of our exercise. So that's a good rule of thumb to know when to exhale, and then we inhale on that easier part. You might be thinking, no part of this is easy, and I feel you. 10 seconds right here. Last 5. 3, 2, and 1. Getting down to the ground, atomic crunches. Again, with the weight, I'll show you this time. We start extended out, arms overhead. When we come up, we either crunch right here or we're all the way up. Going ahead and getting started right here, 45 seconds on the clock. Exhaling as we crunch up, inhaling as we come down. Big thing with these, any type of like crunching movement, something like this especially, think about using your core to bring you up. So it doesn't matter to me, and it shouldn't matter to you, if you are able to get all the way up to those sit bones or not, because if you're doing that, but you're getting there by using momentum instead of your abdominal strength, then we're really not doing much. So use that abdominal strength, meet your body where it's at, and you will improve over time. 3, 2, and 1. Take that breather, grab water as we've been doing. Make sure you're hydrating, especially if you're outdoors taking this class. You're probably sweating, so make sure that you grab water. And we're gonna stand it on up when you're ready for the last round. We have 1 more round here. We're headed on to cool down after this. So what I want you to do is make this round your best round, okay? If you have anything left in the tank to give, this is the time right here. We are moving, we are getting ready. Cross-body punches are coming up in 10 seconds. Get ready for it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, here we go. Up, up, down, down. Woo! Maybe you're picking up the pace this time. Maybe you've got some weight in your hand. Breathe through it here. Guess what? You're halfway. You got 20 seconds left of this exercise, and then we're done with it. Last 10 seconds. Can we take it up? You choose. 3, 2, and 1. Sumo squats. Here we go. Wide stance. Maybe you have the weight, maybe you don't. If you don't have the weight, maybe we can get a little lower this time, or just sit in that squat. Really use muscle control. 3, 2, and 1. We're going down and up. Inhale down, exhale up. Just like we did with the tricep. Good challenge for you. Slow on the way down. Explode up. Not really explode up, but big push. Good. How are you going to challenge yourself through this last set? You're halfway through. And maybe your challenge, maybe you're gassed out right now. That is okay. Your challenge should be getting through this set. Doing whatever you need to do to accommodate for your body. 5 seconds right here. 3, 2, and 1. Last movement, atomic crunch. Getting down on that mat. "40 seconds, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Crunching up, slow release down. Crunching up, slow release down. Guess what, team? We've got some extra time on the clock today. So, I'm gonna give us a challenge. It's gonna be a plank challenge. So what I want you to do is, we're gonna get through these atomic crunches. We've got about 10 seconds left. We're gonna take a little breather, and then we've got a final challenge. I know, I threw you for a loop, did something you weren't expecting. 3, 2, and 1. What I want you to do is lay on your back, reach those arms overhead, stretch your abdominals real quick. So, last challenge to get our workout in. We've got the time for it. We're gonna do a 45-second plank, okay? So I'm gonna set our timer for 45 seconds. And what I want you to do, you have lots of options here. You are going to choose whether you want to be on your forearms. So here's option number 1. We're on our forearms right here. Head's in neutral alignment, body's in neutral alignment. Option 2, push-up position. Either one of these options, we can take this down to our knees. So wherever you're at, maybe a 45-second plank isn't in your wheelhouse today. That's okay. Drop through those knees. You'll still get a good workout in our core. Option to take it up a notch. We can go up, up, down, down, or last option, hip dips, side to side, okay? Hopefully those are enough options for you. 45 seconds is gonna be on the clock. This is the last thing that you have to do today, okay? Then I promise this time we're on our way to cool down. 3, 2, and 1, getting up into that plank. So 45-second plank can be tough. Make sure while we're here, we're breathing in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And wherever you're at in your fitness journey, choose the option that best meets that. So that could be choosing to be on your knees, and that's okay with me. Maybe you're just dropping down to your knees every now and then, coming right back into your plank. Or maybe that means you're taking it up a notch. Down to the forearms, back up to the hands and wrists. Guess what? You got 10 seconds left. You can do it. Keep breathing, pushing. 5 seconds. Anyone can do anything for 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Let's sit it back into child's pose right here. So sitting back on our heels, reaching our forehead to the ground or to the mat, and hands come out in front of us. Here we should feel a nice stretch from our core up through those arms, and then maybe even in our hips. A lot of those punches, a lot of those rows. This should feel good right on that side body. Take one more deep breath here. When you're ready, we're going to take this into cobra pose. So, bringing our body through tabletop, bringing those hips forward, and stretching our abdominals here. If this is a little strenuous on your wrists or on your elbows, You have the option to bring it to your forearms, little baby cobra here, or sphinx pose. One more breath. And when you're ready, we are going to roll it back up, hands and knees, to a squatted position. So however you need to get there, we're in this squat, and we're going to take this to a forward fold. So straightening the legs out, letting our body hang over, feeling that stretch in our hamstrings. Up to you. If you want to let that head hang down, you can shake your head yes, shake your head no. Try to get some of that tension out of the upper neck, or the neck and upper back. And let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head's the last to rise. Very nice job. We're going to stand feet hip distance or a little wider apart. Take one arm, bring it across, stretching that deltoid out there, that shoulder muscle. While we're doing these cool down stretches, take some time to reflect on your workout today. So you showed up, you did the things, you broke a sweat, you got movement in. If you didn't push yourself the hardest you could, that's okay. Let's take this arm up and over, stretch the tricep. Be proud of yourself for whatever you did today, because anything is better than nothing, and I'm sure you did an amazing job. When you're ready, let's bring this arm down. We're gonna bring the opposite arm across now, stretching this shoulder. Nice deep breaths here. We want to start to feel our body cool down a little bit, start to feel our heart rate come down a little bit. Let's take this arm up and over, trying to keep the chin off the chest with this stretch, not grabbing exactly on that elbow joint, but if we can, maybe grabbing towards that tricep. You never want to be grabbing a joint directly. When you're ready, let's lower that arm. If you need something to grab for balance, grab it here. We are going to grab our shoelace, similar to how we did with our glute kicks in the beginning, but we're going to hold now, static stretch for our quads. So pressing those hips forward, getting into that hip flexor, knee points down towards the ground. Couple breaths here. And then let's go ahead and switch. So as we're cooling down, I will mention that in the description of this class, you're going to find a survey link. That survey was helpful for us. Let's bring this leg down. We're going to take the same first leg, extend it out in front of us, heel on the ground, toe lifted, sit back on the standing supportive leg, and we'll feel that hamstring stretch. Survey is really important to help us know what you liked about class, what you didn't like about class. We use that to help tailor our schedule for future semesters. Let's switch. So if you can give us feedback there, we can do the best we can to make these classes meet your needs. And we already have our fall schedule set if you're watching this live or you're watching this in the summer. But future semesters, of course, we will take your feedback into consideration. One more balance stretch here. We're going to take this leg, bring it across, a figure 4, rest it on the thigh, and sit back on the heel of that standing leg. Awesome. Chest is lifted. This, we should feel a stretch in that outer thigh and glute muscle area. Again, deep breaths with every stretch. Cool down is super important. You shouldn't ever skip your cool down. Let's stand it up. Helps us stretch those muscles we just worked. Ideally, it helps us increase our mobility. It also helps our body recover. And like I mentioned before, it's a great time to reflect on your workout. When you're ready, stand up. We've got a couple more stretches here. We're going to round the back out, separate the shoulder blades. So here we're going to stretch that upper back, feeling our muscles separate between those shoulder blades. And when you're ready, open up. Stretching that chest, expanding here. Thumbs are pointed up. From here, we're going to point the thumbs down. Maybe we can bring those arms back just a little bit more. Awesome. And we are going to end class with 2 deep breaths today. So big inhale up, arms come up overhead. Exhale, bring those arms down. Last one, we inhale, bring those arms overhead. And as we exhale, clap it down for yourself. Awesome job today. Again, this was Total Body 45. My name is Jackie, and I'll see you next time. Bye.